So the credit rating agency Fitch has downgraded American credit rating, and previously it was the case with countries, especially in the developing world, especially the developing countries, and all those things which the developing countries, especially countries like India, used to complain. Now today America is complaining the same things about Fitch and their ratings. But what has happened has happened. Now let's come to the reasons why Fitch has downgraded America, or why American economy is going down. And economy means power, and I always say the power of United States doesn't lie in its armed forces. More than that, it lies in the US dollar and Fed. So what has happened when Fitch has downgraded US ratings? It will have some lasting effects. They will try to recover from that, but let's talk why this condition came, why this situation came to the number one economy of the world. And if you look at the reasons, the platform was made by when America started weaponizing of sanctions. When you weaponize sanctions, then other countries feel scared of you. And the Ukraine war and sanctions against Russia, where they not only just freezed the assets of Russian Federation, but they also kicked them out of the Western dominated global economic system, especially when they cut them out from the online systems. So now the countries of the world have started thinking to save their skin from the sanctions, the American sanctions, because you never know when your relationship with will spoil with US, and then US will target you with the same kind of sanctions. They had done it previously with Cuba, they had done it with Russia, they had done it with Iran, they had done it with Venezuela, and n number of other countries. Even with India they tried, but they failed when we went for the nuclear tests in Pokhran. So they have used it like chocolates, I will say. Any time they want to do some harm to a country, they straightforward they do US sanctions, economic sanctions, economic sanctions, economic sanctions, and actually now it's too much. So countries have started thinking about de-dollarization. Now we have seen recently India and UAE. Now India and UAE will be doing transaction among our own currencies already. We do a lot of transaction, not fully with Russia in ruble and in rupee. Similarly with other countries also, many other countries, particularly India, China, Russia and Gulf countries, because they have started the process of de-dollarization. And especially when it comes to Saudi Arabia, there was actually an agreement between US and Saudi Arabia, oil for dollar, that they will be selling their oil only and only in US dollars, and that actually gave a big blow to USSR, because USSR was also in commodity trading, and with which they were financing many of those countries who were in the Warsaw Pact. So it broke their financial back, and eventually we saw that the country of USSR collapsed. But now, since they have started weaponizing of these sanction regimes, they have started harming them, and now America is facing the heat. Countries of the world are not only just trading in their own currencies, but also they are going on different platforms for online transactions. Like India is having UPI, China is having its own system, Russia is also having its own system, and this pace is not going to stop. This is going to advance, and this will also lead to US treasuries, because once your credit ratings are low, countries of the world do not go to buy your treasury bills as they were doing in past so many decades. So this is a big blow to United States of America. It won't just shatter their economy. It's a huge economy. It's the number one economy in the world. But this is a blow basically not to economy but to the weaponization of sanctions, which all the regimes, especially post 1991, starting from George Bush Senior to Bill Clinton to George Bush Jr. to Barack Obama to Donald Trump and Joe Biden, they have regularly done it. And why they do it? Because when they can't do anything to a country, in order to satisfy their own population and to show that we are such a powerful state that we can harm any country, they go for weaponization of sanctions. But it has hit them this time. Thank you.